Hello girls and guys, welcome to TenBob Being Crafty, yay! Yep, I said I'd talk about crafts or show some crafts or make some crafts with you. So I thought I'd start off by giving you just a little taster of some of the things I've done. Now this is a Shetland Beanie. It's not my pattern, but I did make the hat from Shetland wool, and it's a fair old pattern. I absolutely love it. To me, it's a quality wool. The pattern's absolutely beautiful. I love the colours, and it's nice and warm. You want to see the inside if you're a knitter? Lots of people won't understand this, but if you're a knitter, you will want to see the back side. There we are. Okay. Lovely. And if you want to know who the pattern belongs to, let me know in the comments below, and I'll put it in the annotations for you. This is a beanie. It's made from acrylic wool, and it's very floppy, and I'm a bit annoyed about it. I wished I'd done it in something else, but I just knit, and if I've got some wool in my box, I use it. And hey, this was a mistake. It's very floppy. Hubby calls it my beanie, my rasta hat. So there we are. But it does fit, and I wear it. I like it. The colour scheme's nice. It's my colours. Now this is a scrapbook that I made. I'll just show you all around it so you've got an idea what we're looking at. That's the thickness, that's the spine, and the front and the back covers. Now the whole thing is made from 2 pieces of card, which are strong cardboard, and it's the back of an artist's pad. In fact, I have one here. Just in true Blue Peter style. There's the acrylic pad, a Galleria, and there is the back card, and that is what I've used for the nothing goes to waste. No, I know. Don't get rich giving it away or wasting it. Use that for the front and the back cover, and then this spine is a piece of plastic canvas that you use for tapestry, and I've covered it with a piece of raw silk. This is an early watercolor painting, which I'm not so proud of. It's not brilliant, but there are parts of it which I really like. It's just a rose out of the garden and a salad cream jar on a sunny afternoon. There we are. I've covered up that piece of paper at the bottom is my signature there, just so you can't see it. This is just a scribbly thing I did trying to capture the door in the frame, just trying to, and doing the old wall, but I mean none of it was very successful, but I enjoyed doing it. And it reminds me of Shakin' Stevens' Behind the Green Door, hence the reference and the music notes, and I shall add it to it and stick on it, and things will be over it. That's how it'll go. Nothing on this page yet, just a couple of stamps. And this is set up for a Christmas sort of scene, and in this pocket here I've made, which is just 2 pieces of paper basically stuck down either side, and it's a bit crinkly because it's had this in it, and it's a little book I made. That's just a piece of embroidery thread, and it's got pages in it, and in the front pages I've got a photograph of my mum and dad, and then there'll be the next generations going through there. Okay, goes in there. A couple of birds that have come from these, punch machines, and useful. Right. I know you spotted me. This photograph was taken a while ago. These are some of the things I've made, and I thought you might like to see them because it gives you an idea that I'll have a go of anything really. I was at an open day somewhere, some sort of craft place or museum place, and this chap was doing some wood turning, and the kids were having a go, but I wanted to have a go because I wanted to see what wood turning was like, and so I made this lighthouse, thank you very much, and then behave, and then there's a cardigan, sleeveless cardigan, hoodie there I made. This is just a ostrich. Now, what was the pastels? I used pastels on a piece of rough paper for that one. And then these 2 needle cases I made one for myself, one for my friend. Purchased the wooden things that fit inside the actual needle case, and then used Japanese seed beads by Mayuki, which is like, to me, the best beads you can get. I made these patterns up, and this is strawberries, and it's just the colours of, you know, natural colours that go together to me. And yeah, could be the sky, it could be the sea, the greens could be the grass with the strawberries or whatever. And this is a lighthouse, but hopefully you can see that's a lighthouse. There we are. And what we got over the other side, we've got a rag doll that I made the pattern to. So I made the pattern and put her in an envelope, and once I'd made the doll up, there's a photograph on the front. And these are two of the dolls that I made up. Papa doll, and she is American Indian girl in her outfit, and knitted funny doll with long legs and arms. It was just a pattern I got out of a book. And then we have two dolls that I made during lockdown, so I call them Lockdown Lucy dolls, but they have got their own names. We've got Bracklesham Betty and Selzy Sel, and they're hanging about here somewhere. That's one of Alan Dart's patterns, a mouse there, one of the many that he's done. So you can find that one if you want it, easy to Google and find that one. This is just craft papers that I've stuck in ready as a background for something, but what I don't know yet. I think this one's an envelope. Is there anything in the envelope? What's in there? There's something in the envelope. Sorry, I just remembered it was an envelope. I don't know what's in there. Oh, that's just a piece of artwork that actually might go on there, mightn't it? That won't go under there. I can't do it over the top of that butterfly, so it won't fit on there. But can't ease it up either. Oh well. Yeah, so that's why that's in that envelope then. That's made with wax, so, and an iron, but I didn't make that. That's not my work, somebody else's. There we are. Now then, that's just a postcard of a place called Capel of Fern in Folkestone, which is up on the White Cliffs of Dover, where they have a memorial there. And that's a reference to the coins, look. This is the fishermen's cottages on Folkestone Harbour, and that's the carpenter's pub there. And that was a copy of a Christmas card. I used it as a reference for just to do something, just because I couldn't find anything to do. Sorry, I've had to pin the pages together there, because again there's photographs in here. I like to reference other artists which I like, and Degas one, this is just a postcard, but it's a reference to Degas' paintings. This is a touch of Clarence Cliff and Art Deco, which I love Art Deco. I'd love to live in an Art Deco property. Sadly, I live in a 1960s property, but yeah, 3 or 4 decades out. This is a copy of another famous artist's work, and I can't remember which one it is off the top of my head, and it's just the sunlight on the water from the horizon line there, but I can't remember who it is. I will write it in there when I remember, and when I've got 5 minutes. This is going to be my homage to the seaside. This is the start of it. It's just a strip out of a large photograph or postcard, can't remember which. It could be any seaside, doesn't matter. That's a sunset, and I took a photograph from South Seaside and over to Hasler and Gosport. This is a piece of material with the beach huts on, and a plastic thing off of a flip-flop which says surf, if you can't see it very well. Then we have another envelope to put secrets and treasures in, and I made this little folder which will hold whatever. It's got bird's eggs as a design on the paper on one side and matching paper on the other, and I haven't put anything in there yet, but I will put something in there. There's a bird in there. I wonder what that was. Well, there's bird's eggs, so why not a bird? I better put him back in, hadn't I? I didn't know he was in there. His legs squashed, look. Flatten him out. Let's put him in there, otherwise he's going to get lost again. That's it. There we are. So put that back in there, but again, it's something else to finish off, but it's an idea. The ribbon gets squashed every time you open and close the page. This is one of my colour charts, colour pages. I like to reference things and know where I'm going with a painting, and have things, sorry, slurping my coffee, that complement each other, like these three colours. That's just an experiment, and these are just different palettes that I've used to, as I say, make these things. Oh, this is one of, oh no, I've nearly, do you know what, I was so tempted. Well, I will say what I was going to say in the first place, and that is, don't show Master Temple, because this is one of my trees, and I can draw nothing very well, but trees are my very worst. Okay, and this was just an experiment with some ink. So there we are. Another colour palette here. We've got these will go in somewhere, but that's just for now, so that you can have a look. Watercolor painting. This is just a palette. I used a piece of card that had holes in it from labels as the like a stencil to do my colours. These are pieces of what's called tatting. It's like lace, and I've used different thicknesses to make different things. That's just wool, and you can put it around, put your silver findings on there to make a little bracelet, I put beads on there, whatever, but those are just a couple of things I made. I'll put them over that side so you can see the little watercolour painted. Again, a reference to me just experimenting, which is exactly what you can do. And for this I've used two colours of watercolour paint and a little bit of water, and it doesn't really matter. To get the cool effect you need the right colours, but to experiment, there's nothing to say you can't have any colour red or any colour blue of watercolours, and any quality, it doesn't matter which, and you use the two, mix them up together in the palette with lots of water, and then basically you make the page wet, because it's wet into wet technique on here, and then you just draw a line across there and add a little bit to it, bring it out, tip the page up, let the water run, let the colours run, and then while it's still wet you use the end of the paintbrush, I use this, which is a paper folder, and just go up to make the trees, and the paint will pool into these areas where you've made an indent into the paper, and that's it basically. There's not much to it. There's water here, and that is done by putting water on the paper but leaving areas without any paint on, so that the water doesn't go up to it, and I've done a natural line along there where you'd see sort of like the wash, as it were, along the edge, and then bits where the light is on it sparkling so much that you can't see the colour of the water, and then that's supposed to be in a triangle so that you can see that that is a reflection of those trees, and as you get into the distance there's less reflection. There we are. This is another colour palette, and it's for the greens for trees and things, which I like to start off with, because you can make a big difference by having the wrong coloured green in a painting for the trees. Not that I'm an expert, but you know, depends on which one you use, depends on the time of year, etc., and which trees and things you're painting as well. These are just from a postcard, an example of bargeware painting. Another one of my napkins just stuck on there at random. Okay, some more blank pages, still work in progress. What's in the envelope, TenBob? Go on, ask me. Ask me nicely. Oh, it's a lady in her underwear. Well, you weren't expecting that, were you? There she is. Okay, now this is something you can print off the internet, and I printed these off, I laminated them, and then I cut them out. I use these paper fasteners, and if you do them too tight you can't move their limbs too much, but if you don't want to move them too much you can just tighten them up so that they're so she's in the same pose, as it were. At Christmas, I've been doing this for years. I make a net skirt out of a little piece of lace and hang them on the tree. A little piece of gold braid stuck to the back of the head, and there's your Christmas decoration, Victorian lady. So there we are. She's going back in the envelope because that's one to keep. So it's like a memory folder, really, isn't it? A memory file, scrapbook, whatever. A couple of more paintings. Want to have a look at these? Again, I haven't done any of this for a while, but and I haven't got any better, so these are as good as they get. This is a view and a sunset out of a window. I'll show you the window next. This is too dark. There is a green sort of path leading up through this way, and that should have been down slightly, but because I was sat down and looking out, it looked a lot higher. But really, in reality, this would have been a bit lower because this is a bank here. But hey, you can always pick holes in your work, or I can. My work, I mean, not yours. I wouldn't dream of it, my dear. Here we go. This is the barn that we were staying in at the time. I was looking out this window when I saw that sunset across the way. This painting was done in '02, so the other one would have been about the same time. So that shows you how long ago that was. Then I've got a couple of postcards of rooms I really like, and if I was born in a different era, I would have liked to have been born in either the Victorian era, but the likelihood of me being rich would have been very slight, so I get that second on my list, because I wouldn't have liked to have spent all that time on housework, because hey, I've done a lot in my time. I don't want to spend my life doing housework, thank you very much. But yeah, Victorian era, I love those rooms, both of those, lovely. This is just the promotional paperwork from this Queen's Bone China Virginia Strawberry pattern. I collected these years ago. I've got a cabinet full of it, and I just thought it was a nice thing to keep hold of, so I put it in there. And this is a piece of cross stitch that I did. It wasn't a picture frame, but for some reason came out, and it ended up in here with a piece of Christmas ribbon round to finish off the edges. That's wild strawberries. There's some more. There's another piece of cross stitch that I did years ago. Again, waiting to be stuck in. And the back side, for those of you who like a bit of technical, how did she do that? There we are. And this is a little homage to Great Dixter and the gentleman who owned it. He's no longer with us, sadly, but I liked his style. I liked his the whole way he gardened, and his garden is just north of Hastings. So if you go from the Isle of Wight to the right, looking at the map, not travelling down the road, and you go along to Hastings, past Eastbourne, get to Hastings, and then just north of there is Great Dixter. There's the map there. That's how I could reel off all that. You know what my memory's like. Yeah, I worry about my memory, but hey, you're used to it now. You know, I can't help it. That's the way it is. This is just from a gardening book that was past its best, and I don't believe in destroying books, but this one was past its best, and so I've taken out some of my favourite plants and put in there, and some cutouts there that will eventually... I spent a long time cutting these out. I really need to stick them in. But there we are. Let's just put that there so I don't squash them. This is quite interesting. It's called Turkish Map Folding, and I like experimenting. So let's just torn off the same book. Like, just tore it out and stuck it on the front, and then ready for a bit of Turkish map. I think it's Turkish Map Folding. Correct me if I'm wrong. So it folds up lovely. But this is to put in photographs or treasure or something that you want to for a nice surprise to somebody when they open it up. Anyway, so that's that. So that's got to be finished off. There's not much else in this book, I don't think, is there? Oh, there's something. Oh, this is interesting. Oh, this one first. Oh, this is, I thought we were at the end, but not quite. This is just a very old really old, tatty book, and this is past its sell-by date, but to me it's a very good arty sort of backdrop to whatever. And as I was looking through this earlier on to remind myself and cover up photographs and things, I thought, my goodness, I could photograph coins, not photograph them, scan them, and I could print them off, and then I could stick them all the way around the edge and then draw a line into the country where they come from. Hey, there we are. Show one of my hobbies again, won't it? Okay. This one is a reference and a reminder to a school trip on the SS Uganda. That's just a photograph, there it is. And no longer here, of course, because it was a very long time ago. I was lucky enough to, I made up a silly little passport, but I can't show you because there's some bits in there that you can't see. But I was lucky enough to do this because, I didn't come from a very rich background or anything. So, my parents had to scrape together. I mean, I was one of four, so my parents had to scrape together for all four of us. So it wasn't cheap, and but it was one of those things that a once in a lifetime opportunity. So it was a 17-day Mediterranean cruise, and that was the first time I went to Gibraltar, and I can't remember what year it was. I'd have to have a look at the photographs in the box. Let me slurp my coffee, it's getting cold. That's a lovely cup of coffee as well. There we are. Now, on our last day, because we're on the boat for 17 days or 16 days, and then the last day we were flying back from Venice, hence the picture of Venice in the corner, and they played on a loop, leaving on a jet plane, and it just went round and round and round and round. Well, obviously at the time we were sick of it, but every time I hear that piece of music, of course, I'll remember the SS Uganda and the holiday of a lifetime, really. So it's pretty good. There we are. And then this is just a piece of tissue, and it's another map, so I stuck it on, and for some reason I thought this would go well with it, because of I could I think we've got the Bay of Bengal, have we down here somewhere? Yeah, the Bay of Bengal, look here. And so I've got India here sort of right in the centre, and we've got the elephant there, and it's one of those places that I would have liked to have visited, but I wouldn't be going now anywhere so exotic. But yeah, I would have liked to have gone to India because one of my grandmothers was born in India. There we are. Over we go. We've got another fairy, which is another printout from the internet, laminated. Cut out, laminated first, then cut out, and she's joined together with paper fasteners, and she's articulated so you can do whatever you want with her. Bit of yoga, bit of flying. Oh dear. And that's just a piece of craft paper I've stuck in there as a backdrop. I just thought the colours went well together, but I've got to get her in there somehow. So we've just got the last page, I think, which is again a reference to gardening and plants and colour all at once. And I've stuck the front page, or the back of the front page, and the back of the last page of those pages in this album to cover up the cardboard on the back of there, because I've just folded the wallpaper over, and like you did your school books, same sort of thing. There's nothing really technical or professional about this at all. It's just a homemade craft memory book. There we are. Well, I hope you like that walkthrough. Hope you enjoyed that walkthrough of the world of TenBob and crafts. If you'd like to see anything else, or if you'd like me to see me or me to help you with something, or would like me to demonstrate something, please make a note in the comments below. There are lots of other things apart from knitting and painting, so don't think that the world is your oyster as far as crafts go. I know that I try and talk Mr. TenBob into doing a little bit of carving, and he said, "Oh no, I'm gonna make a mess." I said, "Look, you can get a bar of soap and carve a bar of soap, or a stick of chalk, which I remember my dad telling me that somebody had carved a naked lady in a stick of chalk. You could do anything like that, and I can give you any ideas you like, and if there's anything you really like, let me know, and we can talk about it or cover it, or we can find a pattern for you, and we can go through it together. There we are, guys and girls. Please comment below, don't forget, and if you're not subscribed, and don't forget I do coin hunting as well, and when I can get the bags, that is, I have to say, a bit of a downer this week on the bags, but hey, don't show me another shield, please don't show me another shield. And if you have had the same as me, which I know a lot of you have, you know, you have my sympathies, you really do. It's frustrating, especially when it takes so much effort. Anyway, I'm not going to rattle on about that, but don't forget, crafts or coins, subscribe. Nice to see you again, guys and girls. Take care until the next time. Bye bye.